Hello friends, and welcome to your May 2022 Taroscopes with me, Intuitive Rene. It's always such an honor and a privilege to be here, and I hope you enjoy the content that is coming your way. So what are Taroscopes? What are the monthly Taroscopes, you may be asking? So it is 12 individual readings that are done using the same format, using the same structure, but obviously the reading itself is different, and I do one recording or one reading per sign of the zodiac. And basically, the idea behind these is to give you a little bit of guidance, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation for the month in question. In this particular case, May 2022. So normally, well, for the last couple of months, I've actually stuck with the same format and done the same kind of reading month for each of the months. But this month, I decided to change it up a little bit. So it is a little bit different from the normal, from the usual. And we're doing a 9-card reading, which is quite a detailed reading. I'm sort of looking at, we get the kind of theme for the month. We look at what you should be avoiding, what you should be embracing, what you need to be watching out for, what action you need to take on something. And then obviously we get a little bit of guidance from Spirit thrown in as well. So there is a lot of information. And obviously the readings are quite broad and quite, I'm almost going to say non-specific, but it's done so that you can apply it to your life regardless of what it is that you're going through. There are, I have to say though, in some of the readings, it does get quite specific as to what you can expect, what you need to do, what you need to watch out for, etc. But they are a lot of fun. And the idea behind them is to just to give you a bit of inspiration, to give you a bit of motivation, and just to help you navigate the month, yourself, your situations, and your circumstances. But it's really to help you be the best version of yourself that you can be. So the videos are put into a private or separate playlist on YouTube so that you can access them whenever you need to. And I do set the intention that it's done for your sun sign, your astrological sun sign, your moon sign, or even your rising sign. So if you know a little bit about your own astrology and you're curious about, on an emotional level, how are you going to be, then you would look at your moon sign, for example. Or if you just want to look up your family members or your children or your partner or whoever it is, you can. You have access to all 12 of the videos. So there will be a May 2022 playlist that you can access and that you can have a look at. And in the description of this particular video, I will have links to the others as well. So you could just, once you've watched yours, you can just open up the description at the bottom and you can go and access all the other zodiac signs as well. And the tarot cards that I'm working with this month, I say tarot cards, but I mean the cards that I'm working with this month is the Tarot of Mystical Moments and I've only got the lid of the box here, difficult to hold, and the Oracle of Mystical Moments. So they do work together, and they work together so well. So this is the pairing that I've chosen to use for our May 2022 forecast readings. So friends, these readings are free. There is absolutely no cost to you at all to access these readings. In exchange, all I ask is for you, if you enjoy the video, to give it a thumbs up. And if it speaks to your heart and soul, just leave me a little comment below. It's always so valued and appreciated. And if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing to my channel. So you get, on my channel, we do week ahead readings every Sunday. They are released for the week ahead. And then once a week on a Thursday, I have changed it from Fridays to Thursdays. So once a week on a Thursday, you will have some kind of inspirational content, whether it be a pick a card reading, whether it be taroscopes, whether it be whatever it is that comes to me. Occasionally there may be a little bit of a walkthrough of a new tarot deck that I've got, or anything that comes to mind. And I love your support. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'm going to stop babbling, because you're not here to listen to me, you're here to get your insight into the month of May 2022. So we're gonna, this portion of the video that I'm recording right now, that you're listening to right now, is the same for all signs. So I'm recording one intro, which I stick in front of each of the 12 individual readings. So if you do go to watch another reading, it's like, oh, why is she saying the same things? It's because it's the same video. So, so as soon as I stop talking at this point, it'll go straight into the particular zodiac that you are watching, and then you will get your specific reading. I do hope that you enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love and support. And I look forward to connecting with you shortly. Right, Capricorn, let's get into your reading and let's have a look and see what the month of May 2022 has in store for you. I'm going to give the cards quite a detailed shuffle at this point. I have shuffled before I started recording, but I am just doing a nice detailed, strong, setting good intentions shuffle before we lay out cards. If you enjoy watching the shuffle, please do feel free to stick around. But if you're the kind of person who's like, just get me to the reading, you are welcome. If you are watching on your computer, you press the L key on your keyboard and it'll fast forward you a couple of seconds until the shuffling is done. And if you are watching on a phone or a tablet device, you can double tap the right hand side of the screen to fast forward and to move on. So once I'm only going to start the reading once I have laid out all the cards, and yeah, then we shall get into the details. So Capricorn, we're looking at the month of May 2022. We're looking to see what's coming up for you. What do you need to be aware of? What do you need to know? What's important and significant for all of you in the month? Gosh, and the cards are not corresponding today. They're not working with me today. Right, so Capricorn, I think I'm happy with the shuffle. I feel like it's good. Okay, let's put the cards together, cut the deck over there, and we're going to lay them out. And as I said, I'm going to lay out all the cards first, and only once the cards are all laid out will I actually start the reading. I do apologize for the sunlight. Not really, but you understand what I mean. I've got beautiful sunlight coming in on the table this morning. Well, it is the morning when I'm recording this for you. Okay, so those are the tarot cards laid out, and now I'm going to grab the Oracle deck, and let's give the Oracle deck a shuffle. So we're only going to take a single card from the Oracle deck, and this card is going to give us the theme for the month ahead. So we're just looking for a single card for Capricorn. Please, Spirit, a single card for the month of May 2022 for all Capricorn energy. Okay, I'm happy with that shuffle. And actually, let's do it this way. That one there looked like a good one for us. Good. Right. So Capricorn, let's get straight into your reading and see what the month has in store. We're going to start with our first tarot card that we drew, and then I will move on to the Oracle and the next one. So this card over here, Capricorn, is going to give you the way that you are as you come into the month of May. So as you enter the month, who are you? What are you dealing with? What is the energy around you as you step into the month of May? And we've got the Four of Swords. I love that actually, because the Four of Swords is saying, you know what, I'm not rushing into anything, okay? I'm going to come in slowly. I'm just going to observe. I'm just going to look. I'm going to get my bearings, if I can put it that way, all right? Before I jump into action. So it's almost like, let me get a feel for the month. Let me get a feel for the energy. And once I fully understand, you know, or know what I'm dealing with, then I will decide what I'm doing. So the Four of Swords is the card of, I'm going to call it rest, but it's not rest as in, you know, completely disconnect and switching off. The Four of Swords is the card that says do nothing, wait until the perfect moment, wait until the right time, and then spring into action. And I think, you know, as the way of coming into a brand new month, I think that's actually quite good, Capricorn, because this also indicates that maybe the previous month was a bit of a tough one for you. Maybe it was a little bit busy, a little bit manic, a little bit crazy, and it's almost like you're just saying, oh, you know, while everything is okay, while there's not too much going on, I'm going to take advantage of regenerating and recuperating my energy before I jump into high gear again. Okay, so that is how you're coming into the month of May, which I think is awesome. Let's now have a look at your theme for the month of May. So we're going to start with the Oracle card first. And the theme that we have, Sleeping Beauty, you know, doesn't that just tie in beautifully there? So it says Sleeping Beauty's dream. So here we have Sleeping Beauty. I mean, I know she doesn't look like the fairy tale Sleeping Beauty, but she is. She's got a little bird with her over here. She's got a bird's nest as her hair, and there's castle, and there's life, and there's activity, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. I do think I'm giggling at the correspondence. I'm giggling at how it connects with our Four of Wands over Four of Swords over there. And what comes to me with Sleeping Beauty's dream is I'm focusing on the dream part. Okay, I'm not focusing on having,
your finger pricked and poison being put into your body and putting you into a sleep state that you were not ready for or prepared for or that you wanted. I'm referring to the dream state here. And if you think about it, when we're in a dream, anything is possible. We can go anywhere, we can do anything, we can have anything, we can be anyone. And I think the way that I want to interpret it is basically Spirit saying during the month of May, if you can dream it, if you can perceive it, it can be a reality for you. So it's about almost crossing that bridge between fantasy and reality. And the fact that we're starting off, that we're coming into the month almost like just waiting, just observing, just watching. It's like you're waiting to see a perfect opportunity in order to achieve the dreams, the goals, and the ambitions that you have. So that's the way that I'm interpreting it. But before we finish off with the theme, we need to look at the tarot card that's going to correspond to our Sleeping Beauty's dream. So let's have a look. The second card for the theme for the month ahead, and we have the Knight of Cups. This is so awesome. So here we have this lady. She's sitting in this huge, big, beautiful, delicate lotus flower, and she is playing a guitar of some kind, but it's actually somebody's heart. Whether it's her heart, whether it's her lover's heart, we don't know. But she is playing on somebody's heartstrings, literally. And she's being overly romantic, and she's doing a big gesture of love and a big gesture of emotion. And, it is a little bit, I'm going to call it fantasy-like, okay? And I do think Capricorn, this is actually so awesome. I've got a huge big grin on my face, loving this. I think Capricorn, this is Spirit saying to you, the month of May is a month to express emotions. It is a month to sort of go the extra step, to go the extra mile, to sort of, break the controls and the restrictions and the limitations that you normally have. Let your imagination run wild in the way that you express yourself, in the way that you express your love, in the way that you just set goals and dreams and ambitions for yourself. Let nothing restrict you. Let nothing hold you back. If you can imagine it, you can absolutely have it. But it's definitely about showing love, showing feeling, showing emotion, showing yourself to the rest of the world. And if you can do that, I want to say the world is your oyster. There are no limits. There are no restrictions. There is nothing that you can't have. There is nothing that you can't do. So that's quite awesome. Okay, so let's get into the details. So that is the theme for the month, and this is how you are entering into the month. So Capricorn, we're now going to have a look at something that you will accomplish during the month of May. So this is the card of something that you will accomplish during the month of May. And we have got the card of choices and options, Seven of Cups. So and again, we've still got this kind of dreamlike energy coming through, because here she is lying in a cloud. I mean, as one does. She's lying in a cloud, and she's sort of pointing at the stars and going, oh, which one do I want to go to next? Where do I want to go next? What do I want to do next? So the Seven of Cups is the card of choices and options, but it's also the card that says to you, as much as you've got an abundance of choice and options, sometimes we can find that quite overwhelming. So it's coming back to this theme of making your dreams into a reality. And, you obviously have a lot of dreams. At least I hope you have a lot of dreams, because, having dreams is awesome. Having goals and ambition and all of those things. But trying to choose which one to start with could be a little bit overwhelming. And I think that's why the Seven of Cups is coming through as what you will accomplish. So you will accomplish decisions. You will accomplish picking a goal, picking a dream, picking an ambition that you want to work on or work towards this month in May. So that is, again, it's a positive card. It's a confirmation card for you that says that you will achieve that, you will accomplish that. This one, the next card we're going to have a look at, and it's interesting that my sunlight is sort of appearing on it and the one below it. So this is something that you need to avoid this month. So during the month of May 2022, what is something that you need to avoid, Capricorn? And yeah, I have to giggle because it's the card of balance. So if we look here, we've got this lady. She is sort of jumping from building to building. She is balancing an infinity sign with two balls rolling on it. So not only is she standing on one leg, not only is she standing at the top of a very narrow, tall building, but she's very focused on what's happening at the top there. And this is something that you need to avoid. And what it is like direct focus on one thing only, where you are eliminating and not noticing other things. So she is so focused and so obsessed on balancing her balls on the top of her infinity sign that she is paying absolutely no attention here. Looking at her feet, it's almost like she's ready to jump to the next building. But what she hasn't seen or noticed is that there is no next building in front of her. So we must avoid having such direct focus on one thing that we miss, skip, or just don't even see the other things that are going on. So we want to avoid, I want to say, focused attention. And I know that's probably a bad phrasing, but I'm hoping you understand. It's like where you're only focusing on one thing and just skipping, eliminating, or missing other factors and other things in your life, especially when we are chasing dreams, especially when we are, fulfilling our fantasies, and especially when we are expressing ourselves. We can get so engrossed in that. We can get so caught up and tied up in that emotion that we forget the rest of it. Okay. We're coming down to the second row, and now we're going to have a look at something that you need to embrace during the month of May. So Capricorn, what do you need to embrace this month? And it is teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. I've actually said that quite a few times in May's Taroscope, so this card has come up quite a lot. So here we have a card of working with other people, connecting with, sharing with, engaging with other people, not trying to do everything on your own. Like there, she's really, I'm going to call her independent. She's really trying to do everything on her own. And something to embrace is teamwork. So if you've got big dreams, big goals, even if they're your own goals, dreams, and ambitions, it doesn't mean that you don't have to let other people in to help you. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles is about the work of, it's the card of hard work, it's the card of teamwork, it's the card of bringing people in with their skills, with their knowledge, and with their experience to help you achieve whatever it is that you need. So embrace other people assisting you on your projects, in your dreams, and on your goals. All right. Next, we have an obstacle that you may need to overcome during the month of May. So we're not talking about an avoidance. We're talking about something that you cannot avoid, that you need to step over, jump over. So what is an obstacle that you may need to deal with during the month of May? And we have got the Chariot. And you know what? It's the same card. I mean, it's not the same card, but it's the same interpretation, because the Chariot is about focused attention. And there I interpreted the Two of Pentacles as focused attention. So here we have you. I don't know if you're the snail or if you're just riding the snail. I'm not quite sure what it is, but you've got snail hair and you're in on with a snail. But notice the snail is moving in this direction and the lady seems to be looking towards us, which means that she's not focused on where she's going. The snail is just moving, all right? She, with her harness, she needs to direct the snail. She needs to tell the snail which way to turn. But she's slightly distracted. She's looking elsewhere, so she's not actually paying attention to the road in front of her. So the Chariot is the card that says you need to have focused attention. So here we're saying avoid like specific direct focused attention, but an obstacle you need to overcome is focused attention. So it's almost like that, finding that balance, and finding balance is what the Two of Pentacles is all about. So it's about finding that balance between what you need to be focusing on and what you are focusing on. Okay, so this is an obstacle that you need to overcome during the month, and this is something that you need to avoid during the month. So Capricorn, next on our list is support. I had to think, where am I? What card am I doing next? This is the support that's available to you. So we know sort of the kind of things that we're going to be dealing with. We know sort of the kind of things that we're processing. So now we're going to look at the support that's available to you. So while you're dealing with these challenges and obstacles, what support is available to you? I know we've got the teamwork card, which absolutely is a support card, but let's just have a look from Spirit's perspective. What support is available to you should you need it? And we're up in the clouds again. We're up in the clouds again, Capricorn. Right, we've got the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is quite an interesting card, because the Six of Swords is one where you recognize and acknowledge that where you are, where you've come from, your place, doesn't really fulfill your needs, your desires, your, all of those kind of things. And it's this feeling of, I know that there's more out there and I want to explore it and I want to experience it. So I'm just going to take the chance and I'm just going to move. I'm just going to move to a better place. I'm just going to move to new land. And so she sort of climbed into her cloud and she's sort of allowing the cloud to drift. She's allowing the cloud to drift. She's got the sun, as a little balloon with her, but then she's also got this anchor hanging down. And she is not focused on the lands below her or where her anchor is going to touch down. And she's just hoping that wherever she ends up is actually better than where she's come from. Okay. And the support that's available to you is Spirit saying, yes, trust us. Okay. You are in transition. You are moving. You are changing. You are evolving. You are focusing on your dreams and focusing on your goals and focusing on your ambitions. You might not know exactly what it's going to look like when it's complete. And you've got to just do the things that are necessary to move you along and trust that Spirit will catch your anchor when you get to the appropriate island. Okay, so it's about just recognizing that you have to start the journey, you have to start the trip, you have to take the steps now. We've started the month off resting, not moving, not actioning our needs, wants, and desires. But this is Spirit saying, okay, during the month, you will get moving. During the month, there will be progress. There will be activity. There will be action. Once you've made your decisions, remember, once you've chosen where you're going to go, and once you've called in the help, called in the Ravelry, called in the people to help you, then everything's set in motion, and all you've got to do is wait for your anchor to catch, and then you will know. And this is under the support that's available to you. So it's Spirit saying, we got you. Okay, you just do the actions, you just do the steps, you just walk the path, and we will make sure that you arrive at the best place that you need to be. This next one is the action that you need to enforce, an action that you need to carry out or that you need to do during the month of May. So Capricorn, let's have a look. What is an action that you need to action? And we have got the Two of Swords. We've quite a lot of twos here. Actually, we've got lots of low numbers. I know we've got a 7 and a 6, but we've got 2, 4, 3, and a 2. So Two of Swords is quite an interesting one. First thing that we notice here is this beautiful hat that she's wearing. I love that her hair is these like green leaves, and she sort of blends into the background here. And she's got this this wooden top hat, and it's got a little bird hole in it, and we've got some birds, but she's oblivious. She can't see that. She can't see what's happening around her, because everything has sort of come down on her head like that. So she's just sitting there, and she's imagining and perceiving probably the worst case scenario. She's not actually seeing the beauty of what's around her. She's not actually seeing what a positive impact she's having on the world around her. She just sees that I have this hat and it's heavy and I can't take it off, and I don't know where I am and I don't know what I'm doing. And so she's sort of listening, because when I look at her sitting like that, she's not moving. So she's keeping still. She's just listening, and she's just listening, and she's just listening. So from an action point of view, this is Spirit saying to you, let the rest of your senses, besides just your vision, okay, let your sense of smell, your sense of touch, your sense of I want to say hearing, all your other senses, let them guide you, especially when you can't see where your anchor is going to land. All right, you need to rely on all your other senses, rely on all your other aspects of yourself to give you the confirmation that you're actually doing okay, that actually everything is as it needs to be and everything is all right, because you are doing so much more than you perceive. So your action is to trust and believe and to pay attention to the rest of your senses. And finally, our last card for you, Capricorn, is just additional guidance and additional advice from Spirit. So anything else that Spirit want to share with you, anything else that Spirit want to say to you for the month of May. And we have got the gorgeous Queen of Swords. I love her. So there she sits on top of her hot air balloon. And, she could be in the little basket down below, but no. She wants to be at the top. And then she's got her telescope. In her lap over there, it might be difficult to see, but she's got her little trusty friend bird. And her skirt is made out of bird feathers. And she's looking to the future, because she's now saying, I'm impatient. I want to know what's going on. I want to know where we're going. I am, as much as I trust, I don't trust. Queen of Swords, she's very to the point. She's very specific. She's very expressive, okay, and she's not leaving anything to chance. And I know our theme was all about leaving things to chance and trusting in our goals and trusting in our dreams and trusting in our fantasy. But she's like saying, no, I need to be in control. I need to know what's going on, and therefore I'm going to do what I can to see what's coming up. I'm not going to just guess, trust, and assume that my anchor's going to hit ground where I wanted to or where I needed to. I'm going to be a little bit more hands-on. And I think this is Spirit saying, Capricorn, we understand you, and we understand that you want to have some kind of involvement, and we're okay with that. Let's work together. Let's not work separately. Let's work together. Trust me. trust in your senses. Let's believe in, I want to say believe in magic, but let's not over focus or under focus on anything in particular. But please let us in. Let somebody come in and help you. Don't feel like you have to do it all on your own. You have to make the choices and decisions, of course, but that's about it. Everything else, let's work together. You, spirit, and the other people in your life who can contribute positively to get you where you need to be. So Capricorn, looks like you're in for a fabulous month. Looks like May is going to be just super awesome for you. I do hope that it turns out exactly this way for you. With lots of love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, Capricorn.